Hello and welcome. This is Dwight Shelby with the Opposite Force Parkour. Today we're going to be working on the safety. Is pretty much your first, absolute, most basic vault. It's like the gateway vault. It'll really get you moving into other vaults. It'll kind of really allow you to open up and start working on your movements, and it'll build a little bit of confidence once you really start nailing it. Also, the safety vault is the best way to make progress into the speed vault, which actually might be the next tutorial that we're going to be putting out. So what exactly is a safety vault? Safety vault is actually very simple. It is a basic vault, like we've already said, where you're simply going to use one hand and one leg to get over the top of an obstacle while shooting one leg under you for your landing. So it's going to look, we're going to do this really slow, but it's going to look a little something like this, and you can imagine it at speed. So when I come up to the obstacle, I'm going to be placing one hand and one foot. So before I do that, we're going to get a little count going here. So I'm going to say that my right hand is going to be number one, limb number one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? You can count them however you want to. It's just a really interesting way to remember what limbs, hands, and feet that you're actually going to be placing on the obstacle. So for me, because I'm going to be using my left hand, I'm actually going to be placing number 2. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to place 2 and 3. I'm going to leave 1 up for balance, and I'm going to shoot 4 through the space created by 2 and 3. So it will work like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come straight through like that. Very simple. Might want to back up some. Too close. Okay. So while we're going through this vault, one of the most important things to note is how much space you create with your hand and your foot when you place them on the obstacle. What you don't want to do is something like this. If you get too close, you don't have a lot of room to get that leg through, and you're going to destroy the efficiency of the movement. You're not going to be able to move very quickly. It's also important to remember that the leg that's coming through is going to be the leg that you're landing on. You want to land in a split step so you can take off. So we're going to work on that real quick. So again, 1's going to stay up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where I'm going to shoot out this foot here, number 4 is going to come out, and then I'm going to kick out 3 and exit in a split step. Safety vault is safe. That's the coolest thing about it. It'll save you from some spills, and because of the fact that it is so basic, that's what really brings that sense of safety together with it, is the fact that you really can't hurt yourself too bad with it unless you really just jam your knee up against an obstacle, and the main reason you might be doing that is actually arm posture. So I'm going to show you why that might be happening. So what you'll do when you're coming into the obstacle is you're going to shoot your body up and support it with 2 and 3. Or if you're on the other side, it would actually be 1 and 4. So we're going to do that one real quick if I was going to be coming in on the other side of my body like this. So you can do it on both sides. You can actually practice it on both sides, because a lot of people get hung up with their speed vault, and they can only do their speed vault on one side of their body. Usually, people who are right-handed are going to put their right hand down, and they'll kick themselves up toward the left side. It's not something that you want to get stuck doing. The best way to learn how to pull off ambidextrous speed vaults is by working on the safety on both sides as well, so that you can get better at that. Now we're going to go back to this arm posture thing real quick so I can show you on both sides. If your elbow is out like this, that's one of the reasons why you're not getting high enough over the obstacle. So when you come over the top, you want to be over the top like this with the arms straight. You don't want to come in like this. That creates bad posture. You're going to have big problem trying to get your leg through. And don't squinch up your leg. You want it to be out almost. There's not really enough space on this obstacle to really lay out. So you sort of have to fudge it a little bit. But normally you want the foot to be way out there. so that your arm is up and you have the room to really get that foot through. It's also going to start getting you working on that scissor kick motion that's going to come in handy whenever you're doing the speed, because a lot of people have different ways of throwing their speed and they use different positions with their feet. Some people's feet come straight through on the side, and some have like a kicking motion that they use coming over the top of obstacles. So really, that's about it for the safety vault. There's not really a lot going on with it. It's very simple. You should be able to learn in a day, because a lot of us did it just jumping over fences, vaulting over walls, playing with our friends, you know, as kids. So the safety is safe. It's super simple. There's not a lot to drill, but it will be your first vault so that you can start throwing it in a little combinations and things like that, so that you can really start getting that feeling of that true A to B movement that people like to talk about when they're referring to parkour. So this is Dwight Shelby, the Opposite Force Parkour. That was your safety vault tutorial. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave anything that you have to say down in the comments, and we will get back to you later. Peace.